So that happened. Hey guys, welcome to another Masking and BeMoaning. My name is Nessie. Thanks for joining me. And today we're gonna be talking about season 8, episode 3 of Game of Thrones. No title so far. I'm just gonna call it the Battle of Winterfell, or the battle that was promised, the battle for the dawn, whatever you want to say about it. Because they had not released, as you know, that they don't release the episode titles this final season for whatever reason, but fine at this point. So yeah, and it's Masking and BeMoaning. The mask I'm doing today is the Peter Thomas Roth Cucumber Gel Mask. It's a hydrating mask. Looks like that. It's gonna look clear on your face. It's good to get your stuff back balanced and just give you the moisture. Excuse me, it's a detoxifying extreme mask. Okay. Yeah, so okay, you know, thumbs ups, comment, like, subscribe. There's gonna be spoilers all throughout this. Even though I don't anticipate having too much to say about this.
You lie!
That, you know, as always, you know, iffy, if anything. So yeah, all right, so just hop into the episode. Overall, what I thought about the episode, oh, and you leave this mask on for like 5-10 minutes. You can do it daily, you can sleep in it. It's a gentle mask, that's why I like it. Okay, but anywho, on to the episode. Overall, it was okay. I think that a lot of us had, at least, well, not, I don't know, a lot of us, I can't speak for everybody in this jacked up fandom, but a lot of us had different expectations. There seemed to be a lot of stakes on the line, but there was not a lot of, not a lot of people. Everyone seemed in danger, but it's like there was a lot of plot armor throughout all of this. Like, basically getting to the spoilers and just skipping straight to the end. None of the main characters really got hurt. So yeah, all our main folks basically came out unscathed. Jorah dies. Lyanna Mormont dies. Theon dies. But you know, Theon's arc has been setting up for death to me, and him dying in it once he stepped back onto the scene. You knew he was gonna die for somebody, or he was gonna be for his sister or for the Starks. So here we are. I think that's great that he died defending Bran. But it doesn't, I think we like to forget, even though he's been, you know, tortured and whatever. This whole time I'm thinking whatever, like that's something light, because, you know, he was excessively tortured by Ramsay. And, you know, and he failed to protect his sister in certain points, even though he came back to rescue her. And, you know, he dipped on times that she got it, because he didn't know how Jon was going to react. But he has, he had trauma that they kind of like to skate past. It's like, well, you got out of it and you came back, and you're still alive, so get over it. I'm like, that's not how trauma works, my friend. But that's how they were kind of treating it in the show. So yeah, he had a lot of issues with that, but his arc had always been going towards death. I know some of y'all are sad about Lyanna Mormont going. I don't feel no kind of way about it. I kind of knew. I think it was cool. She got a cool death. I will say that. She did not just get, you know, trampled and killed in the first minutes of the battle like all of the Dothraki, apparently, even though somehow I'm sure we're going to magically see some more Dothraki in the mix when they go take on Cersei next week. So that's another point. But we don't know the Dothraki. They're there for Daenerys. They're not trying to look at any, you know, take up any parts of the culture, because she's not really having open dealings with the people of the North and of Westeros. So they went in literally guns blazing with them fire swords, which did look cool, but they got snuffed out just as quick as they ran up, and it was cool to see Melisandre, you know, like the swords. I was glad that she came back to play a part in it, even though people felt a certain way. My theory is that Melisandre is not necessarily an evil person. Yes, she did burn Shireen as a sacrifice. Yes, she did burn other people. But I'm of the opinion, and now we'll never know because they don't flush out a lot of things on this show, that Melisandre did actually see things in her flame. She was getting, you know, revelations from the Lord of Light, because she does have those powers, and I think it's beyond her just being a witch or a shadow binder or whatever she is, because she was saying things, just if you go back and look at it, that it's not saying that she's above misinterpreting things, but I think she actually has been pretty spot on. We don't know nothing about this prince that was promised, this Azor Ahai, because everybody thought it was going to be Jon Snow or Daenerys. So I guess that's out the picture, because even if it's just that means that Jon Snow eventually is going to get the throne, or either one of them. But that's what we've been talking about. That's not that big of a deal, so why even bring it up? But like I said, I don't necessarily think that they plan ahead as they have kind of suggested that they do. So that was cool. I did not have a problem with Arya killing the Night King. I just thought that his death was kind of a dud to me. Yeah, even though I'm jumping around all over the place, but not really, because although there was a lot of action, like most of this was battle, so there's not a lot of dialogue, not a lot of talk. It looked bad for everybody out there at one point, and then yeah, it was anticlimactic the way that he died. And people were like, you know, well, I was talking with my mom, because we watch it together and my friend, and it was like, well, yeah, she had all the training to be an assassin, all this, that, and the third. I was like, well, you built him up to be the big bad all 8 years, or all 8 seasons of this show, for him just to kind of go out like a sucker. Like, you could be like, he got cocky after he killed Theon. Well, Theon ain't got no regular power, so why would that mean something to me? Theon hadn't even been dead. He was dying as the Night King was walking up slowly with dramatic music playing behind him when, you know, Arya ran up. So the other thing is, could we have avoided all of this because did Bran see this in the future? Because we still don't know what Bran sees. So what was the point of him coming through to basically destroy Winterfell? And then Winterfell is still standing, so let's keep that. But they're going to have a lot of damage, a lot of bodies to clean up, this, that, and the third. So there was parts of the sequences that were cool, but like I said, there was no one, all the big stakes just kind of fizzled out because everybody was basically okay. Like I kind of thought Jorah was going to die. Well, I was thinking everybody was going to die the way they were setting it up. Or at least, even though they're all right with this, after the Battle of Winterfell, they still got another battle because they're going to have to go deal with Cersei and the Golden Company. So is the theme that they're trying to say is not the magical, fantastical things you had to work out. You had to worry about regular people, which Sansa has been saying all along, and y'all don't want to give her credit for it. But like, is that what we're trying to say with it? Because I mean, this was what would be real messed up. You done did all of this against the Night King, and he can bring back people from the dead. He got his own dragon, and he is doing this instantaneously. And it looked really bad at one point. Then just to turn around and you go get killed by a regular person in King's Landing on some regular battle stuff. That's whack. So I don't know, but maybe it seems like maybe they should have, if that's what the way they're going, that maybe that this should be flipped. That y'all should have dealt with Cersei first and then the Night King. Cause yeah, it just kind of seemed just like the whole thing seemed anticlimactic. And then most of the black and brown people, they was straight to go. I'm glad Grey Worm is okay for this one. Missandei got on my nerves a little bit because it's like you standing for Dany in the crypt, and they ain't really necessarily talking about Daenerys. That was the conversation between Sansa and Tyrion. And they did not bring your girl up, and I'm glad you're bringing this up, Basande, because yes, we do have opposing political views, and it's not gonna get better. Like, I still see everybody still arguing when this is said and done, because you done got rid of the big bad, and he got rid of him in a very kind of basic way. Like, he got regular stab by Valerian Steel, like all the other whites that was out, and all the other White Walkers. Like, that's what I'm saying. I would wish they would have brought a magical element in, like he touched Bran and we ran back. You know, so many different things. Just, I guess, but that's the thing. The show has kind of been on hype for a long time, and you hype people so much for the battles, and then it's just like, but then if you look at the storyline be kind of poo-poo, you know. So yeah, that's basically what I have to say. I mean, cause I don't have any real, I can't really comment on, you know, any character growth for this, that, and the third. I know Daenerys got nervous when those Dothraki went out as in flame and a blaze of glory, and you know, came back like the whites just got them like instantaneously. And I saw Ghost ran out with them, but we see him in the preview for the next episode. So I guess he's fine. He decided he turned the corner, was like nope, and just went somewhere and got a bone and fell asleep. So we know that Ghost is fine. We saw Jorah come back, even though Jorah didn't, just random horses. So I'm like, if you think about it from their point of view, like, you done got dragged over to this whack country, and you didn't even get to pillage good. You didn't get to live your best life as a Dothraki over here, and all the things that's promised to you as a Dothraki. After you following behind this woman, just end up murked in this cold, desolate, iced out place where where don't nobody like you. And for all your training, everything you have done your whole life, instantly gone. Whack. That's all I'm saying. And I'm thinking this way that the Dothraki is in the front, this way that Solo is in the front. That's all our black and browns. That's like, I am surprised that Grey Worm is still here. That he's still with her. I want to call him Grey Wind so much, but Grey Wind is clearly a dead direwolf. R.I.P. But yeah, we going on and waxing poetic about that. I was like, but so y'all saved all the people that we cared about, and then actually some of these people that supposedly died, since we don't know them, we're gonna turn around and see them next week. They're gonna be fine because they need the extras. So I don't know what this army is looking like. I don't know if this army is going down to King's Landing. Yeah. So, and then that's just another thing, like, you know, Theon is protecting Bran in the Godswood, and then Bran was like, he says a little something, you know, how he speaks all cryptic about, not that he forgives Theon or whatever. He was like, you just did what you had to do, which that's the way he been saying that to everybody. So, like, I'm just curious. I wish we could have more time to focus on what is it that Bran is seeing, because him being cryptic and saying whatever, it was funny. It is funny, but it's getting on my nerves. It's just like, you know, we're on the show not tell.
I would like to see it.
Yeah, what are we seeing? Where are we getting any flashbacks? And people was like, well, this is, I also watched the behind the episode, and it was talking about, well, it's significant that the Night King got stabbed here because this is where he was created. Like, but how would we know that from looking at the show if we did not watch this behind the episode?
I would like to see it.
That's all I'm saying. Drawbacks. So the children of the forest are really gone. The whites are really gone. It was like, so what, if you did all of this, what was the point of this? Besides having an epic battle. And another thing that kind of bothered me, even with them talking up the battle, they would kind of be like, well, this is bigger than the Lord of the Rings. This is going to be the biggest on television. It was fine. As far as battles go, one, they have always had a lighting problem on this show, so it was hard to see anything because it was at night. Two, I was glad we did get to see more of Winterfell. Winterfell is supposed to be huge, not Red Keep huge, but still pretty big. So it's all kind of nooks and crannies they can go into, and you see that with Arya because she runs around more. But like, if we think about it, we don't even understand how big Winterfell is, because like this season is the first season we see that they have a library, which makes sense. Why wouldn't this old ancient place have a library? And which would be different from the Maester's quarters and the rookery. That's where the birds are to go send out ravens. So yeah, and it's like we don't know how deep the crypts go. We don't know if there's any entrance. So Exorcist is only seems that there is one entrance and one exit. So even though, you know, I'm not gonna really bring up the books because it's something that they did, but they have streamlined everything and made everything so basic that it seems like stuff is just kind of a dud. Like, I'm guessing that somebody rolls up out of the crypts, but not everybody. So, or because the whites were busting up the walls, did they actually just bust through the wall? Because that's not clear either. Not that they came through the door, but at some point, the whites were just climbing up, busting through walls and busting through doors, busting through windows, getting in wherever they can, because they actually did get into Winterfell. But that's not clear, because one, I can't see. I did like the small scenes between Sansa and Tyrion. I'm tired of them being like, well, we can't do nothing because we not fighting. I'm like, well, ain't all the brains in the crypt? That's what it sounds like. So, you know, relax. And y'all can stop doing that, because for all of the fighting, you being a fighting hero only works when we're in a time of war. So if we get past that, you do need your Varys', your Sansas, your Tyrions, Missandei. You need all, and I'm gonna add Gilly in there to get all that brain power, because you know Gilly had been coming through since she done learned how to read, and at least she's curious about knowing things, which is more than what you can say about some other people. So yeah, I like that. But like I said, everybody is still here. They seem jovial for the next for episode 4 coming up, when they're gonna go deal with Cersei. But like, okay, so now the Night King and the White Walkers are gone. So you still back at 1 with all your political problems. I still do not see the North and Sansa wanting to really support Dany if we're still going for independence, but they still might wrap it up nicely, because they have been doing a lot of fan service, and just this season with just this battle, everything was too neat. So like, yeah, like I said, it's absurd that none of our major players, they all walked away unscathed. I mean, didn't nobody lose limb. Maybe the biggest player to have died is Theon, but Theon's a secondary character. Jorah is a secondary character. Lyanna Mormont is like a C character. Like, I know y'all liked her for being scrappy and all that stuff, but you had that with Arya. So what are we doing? We have scrappy children all over the place. So, and just even in the crypts, when some of the dead got through, it was the people that died and got caught up was nobody that we care about, nobody that we know their name. We've never seen their face before. They're just, you know, Northerner 47. So it was just like, yeah, no major stakes. The Ice Dragon was fine. He seemed to really be going after Jon. Jon did not know how to deal with it, but him standing there yelling at it, that was stupid. Yeah, and just even the people that really couldn't fight. Oh, Grian, he's the last Watchman to really he died as well. And he went down trying to get Sam to get back up, because, you know, Sam got attacked by a bunch of whites. So, as all of them were attacked by a bunch of whites. So, here we are. And that's that on that. I'm sorry if that's kind of rambly, but just overall, I mean, it looked good. But as far as TV battles go, I would not say that I put this above the Battle of the Bastards. The one thing the Battle of the Bastards got on you is that we could see everything that was going on. It was very dark. And I know it's at night, But you know, come on, y'all on the show and y'all got these billions of dollars for budget. Like this up so we can see what's going on. I like that Melisandre came through in the clinch, and that Melisandre, you know, she was finished with her task. She took off her little special magic ruby, and she went on to be her 1,000-year-old self, and just, you know, went on to the ether, to the dust. So I like that as well. And that Davos didn't kill her because like I said, I don't think that Mel was lying about what she saw. Yeah, so I'm more interested to see what we doing next. Cause, you know, Cersei has been quiet, the Golden Company has been quiet, Bronn has been quiet. So I'm kind of more interested to see what all of these, so now that the magical element is gone, I'm interested to see how they are solving that, because all of their, well, even if we're keeping true to the show, from what we've seen, all of the Stark's major enemies have been regular people. And it hasn't been anything magical that they've had to deal with. So that would be an interesting way to end. At this point, I don't care what happens to the Iron Throne. Just kind of see where they how they're going to end it. So yeah, I'm sorry this is kind of a downer, but you know, thumbs up, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Sorry if it's a bit rambly, but yeah, it was just okay. That's just how I felt about it. Yeah. So you have a good one. I'm glad Ghost is still with us. Bye, guys.